with the late Dora Akunyele, who used to call him Uche. He served in that rebranding project where I was privileged to work with him. He's a man I know very well. Distinguished professional colleagues, please give a round of applause to this gentleman par excellence, Dr. Uche Nworah. Good evening, everybody. It's okay. I'm very excited to be here and also to see distinguished fellows of the profession. My only problem with NIPR is that I was in a pioneer class. Please take this message to Professor Dr. Uche Nworah, the president of the institute. I was in a pioneer class of the MBA marketing. PR major of Nigerian publication, started by the NIPR in 1994. I was in the pioneer class and I graduated MBA marketing PR major, and I'm still an ordinary member. Well, the reason why I'm saying this is for the young people that I know. I have myself to blame because I did not register when I was supposed to register. You know the rule of the institute, you have to be a member for 10 years before you become a fellow. I'm a fellow of the Advertising Registration Council of Nigeria. I'm a fellow of the National Institute of Marketing. I'm a fellow of the General Institute of Marketing because I was pursuing line, advertising, marketing, communication. You know, when we started this industry, sorry that I'm debating, I'll still come back to the topic. It's all part of the learning for the young people like the room. Why I'm saying this is, please, if you have not registered for NIPR, register today. Don't be like me. Okay. So, again, I need to warn people in the room. Anytime that you go to an event, try and identify the profile of the people in the room. I made a mistake and sat beside her. I did not know that she's a conservation warrior. She saw me and she was looking at my bangles and she started attacking me that you people will kill elephants to wear this. I said, please don't report me. Okay, so I'm very excited in the sense that today we are talking digital, and I know that many people in the room will be disappointed that a local chief like myself is the one talking about digital, isn't it? I'm sure you guys would have expected somebody younger who is a digital native. You know, we are digital migrants. And I want to tell you, we're not going anywhere. We have entered and we're in here. I used to watch one comedy back in the day on TV, and one guy, I've forgotten his name, Fuji House of Promotions. And every time anyone will get into a fight with his family, you tell them, come and carry me now. Yes, you know what you tell them? Say, come and carry me now. So these people that claim that are digital natives, come and carry me. At Timotino Crew, they're not taking us anywhere. Okay, so the topic is, oh, sorry. I see some of my friends, some of my brothers that are here. You're welcome, please. We're talking digital. And let me tell you why I feel that I'm qualified to talk about digital. I migrated from analog. I work with this. Any obedient person in this room, confirm. You know how they put it? Yes, confirm. That's why I have put it inside digital. And it's really working. And I'm doing digital, and I'm earning from digital. I am making money from digital. Now let me ask you, how many of you are active on social media platforms? Raise your hand. Okay, now I want to tell you, this is not the time to say, I don't do social media. Have you ever said something like that? No, you must do social media. Everybody should do social media. Now let me give you an example. Some people don't even know my name, they call me Yezudo. So why I'm saying this is that when you're playing digital, when you're online, you must be known for something. What is it that you're known for? What is the digital footprint that you're leaving? You're a PR practitioner. Now, you know that the way the world has moved, if you want to apply for American visa, what do they do? What do they do? If you don't have a digital footprint, you're not getting any visa. Some of the embassies have adopted that. So please, start now to build your digital footprint. And now ask yourself, if somebody enters your name online, what would they see about, are you a murderer? Are you a kidnapper? Are you what are some of the bad things people do? So you must now consciously begin to build your profile online. Okay? So what digital does for you as a PR practitioner, it creates revenue pathway for you. Some of us, I earn money. Sorry, I won't say this because of the, is any tax specialist? Okay, so you're doing digital. I run a business school, so that's my daily gig. I also have a PR company, that's my daily gig. But my side gig is my social media platforms. One platform I have combined average monthly views 15 to 20 million views. Assuming I have internet now, I'll show you. On that platform, I have about 175,000 followers. I have 5 platforms I run online. 2 are on my name, 3 are on different names. I have family, I have wife, I have children, I have work. But I still do these things. Why I'm telling you all this is for you to know that we are not escaping digital. So let's try to see how we can link this to the job we do as social media as PR practitioners. Briefly, let me share this example with you. I used to work as general manager out of home advertising in Globacom. I did that job for 7 years. When I was in Globacom, anytime we come to breaking campaign, you know what I mean by breaking campaign? You know, it's a fast-moving consumer product, so we're always doing promos. Now, then, back in the day, traditional media will lead advertising, PR, outdoor, and all that. Then digital people will be afterthought. That's how it used to be. So you get us spending billions. Then my budget as GM outdoor, my annual budget was 10 billion naira when I was in Globacom. Then the PR, the digital people probably will get about 10 million, 20 million. It's just something to do. It wasn't considered strategic. But now, the reverse is the case. Major brands are now reversing. The first thing they do now is digital. Digital. So if you're a PR practitioner, it's important that you begin to think like that. Now, something else that has happened. 2 years ago, NIPR FCT Chapter, I listened to Dr. Achom, and he was also on this weekend. The very first time that I encountered AI in PR practice was 2 years ago. And it was at FCT NIPR Chapter Reputation Summit. Dr. Achom spoke to us and he gave us examples. He told us apps, things we can do and use as PR practitioners. But then, professional pride won't let me. And I'm sure like many of us here. Then I was serving as special advisor, special projects to the DG of NIMET. And then I'll write a new story. And pride will not let me to go and put my work through Grammarly on any of these applications. Because I'm like, me, 2-1 communication arts, MSc mass communication, PhD marketing. Since I graduated in 1992, you want me to go and do Grammarly? What? We've been at the world stage. So everybody in this room put away what? Professional pride. AI has come
to stay.
It's really, and I'll give you an example how AI. So the first AI tool as a PR project that I used was a tool called Grammarly. But now you see that Grammarly, you know what I've done to it?
Obsolete.
Grammarly is old. But I'm sure there are some people in this room that don't even know Grammarly. Please, when I did Grammarly, I was like, we're losing our jobs as PR practitioners. But we're not. What it's doing for us is to help us faster. But remember, please, technology, AI is garbage in, garbage out. It's like Wikipedia. What AI does is AI crawls the net to attract any information about what you have entered. And on the internet, there are so many false information. So AI also feeds you false information. So that's why you have to do that with sense. So when I jettisoned Grammarly, I now discovered, I started working with ChatGPT last year. ChatGPT is like, oh my God. ChatGPT. How many people use ChatGPT?
We all do.
Please clap for yourselves. This chapter is digitally compliant. Yes. Now, but use it with sense. ChatGPT, sometimes you enter your prompt. It brings out information for you that is incomplete. So don't be in a hurry to push that information to third party. Please, apply your old school terms and go through it. Now, I'm a lecturer. I teach at the Open University. I teach MBA students. I teach at Paul University, Oka, and I also do, I do public speaking. If you see, I don't have an assistant that writes for me. Before, I used to suffer and sit and write and research. When I discovered ChatGPT last year, I said, thank you, Jesus. But see, subject knowledge is critical. ChatGPT may help you, but you have to know it. You have to stand there and deliver it. But ChatGPT is like a secretary that prepares stuff for you, but you must know it, you must read it. Last year, I got a gig to go to Ghana to go and do training in oil and gas. Me, oil and gas, I don't know anything about oil and gas. But what happened was that I had 2 months notice on that training. So there was a guy I wanted to pay money. The guy is in oil and gas. I wanted to pay him money for him to do the paper for me. At this our level, there's nothing paper we cannot deliver. At this our level.
Sure, of course.
I haven't been there and that. So, but the guy was doing me like this. I said, Oga, give me an account, let me send you money, do this paper for me. I just needed to just fly to Ghana, stand there before an audience and speak. So the guy was just doing, you know what I said, listen guys, I grew up in Aba. And Aba people are resilient. I said, what is this paper that I cannot do? Bam! I just entered the right prompt. And then as you're prompting GPT, you are also redirecting, you also keying in for the information. Yes. And then I settled down for 1 month and I studied. And I read. And I read. By the time I flew into Ghana, I could easily pass as the Minister of Oil and Gas. Okay. So that's to tell you the benefit of digital. So you cannot run away from digital. Now, if you're any lecturer in this room, any lecturer? Please. Our students also now have the same information that you have. So does that now mean that our jobs are extinct? No. That is where subject knowledge comes in. So digital will help us as PRO practitioners in the work we're doing. So but I'm saying use it with sense. Now I have graphic artists. I have one in Lagos, I have one in Oka, then I have one in Abuja. Anytime I have a job to do, I farm it out depending on the project. But there was a time I was pressed for time. So I said, let me even try chat. The last training I did in my office was on this new tax regime. We had some people that wanted us to educate them, so we got some people to do the training. Do you know that I created the flyer for that program myself using ChatGPT? It's not even 1 minute, under 10 seconds. Seconds. I just entered the prompts. I put in the logo of our school. I put in everything, how to pay, address, phone. I put everything. This guy created my flyer. I said, I felt like there was someone in the room, like because when the thing is coming out. The ChatGPT interacts with you as if it's a human being. I don't know what to do. This is what people are. So, what I'm saying all yes. Sorry? ChatGPT just like a human being. You say, how do you want me to? You can say, if you want, I can do this. Like you're talking to your secretary. So that's digital. That's digital media practice. It's real. Okay. However, there's digital. In all these things that we do, it has not reduced the core of PRO practice. Okay? What do we do as PRO? PR at the heart of PRO practice is reputation management. That's what we do for organizations. Now, every other thing that we do revolves around reputation management. Whether you're doing media relations, you're doing events, you're doing public affairs, you're doing research and documentation, you're doing government relations, you're doing public affairs, all these various aspects, or you're doing community relations. They are all aspects of trying to manage reputation. How can PR help us? Now, do you guys know any journalist in the room? Any journalist in the room? My brother, there's Wahala. Journalists in the room, there's Wahala.
No wahala.
Bring your phone. Listen to this. Bring your phone. Attend this event. Get the raw materials of this event and put it on ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to produce a new story of this event. 2 seconds.
It's ready.
2 seconds. Then you now edit and make sure you correct all the names and all that. Story is ready. Still, yes. And after humanizing it, still put it back and you do your correction for you. So journalists, please, that era, when you used to do guy, you carry your pen. Excuse me, sir, what do you have to say about? You carry your notebook and pretend that you're busy. And then when you now finish, you go to the office and then now take your time, go and drink their pepper soup, that the story is not ready. Your editor will call you. The story is not ready, I'm working on it. There are people already that have sent the story to the editor. You are still preparing. So you cannot blackmail anybody again that you're preparing for your story. So it's for us to be ready. Live, there and then, do your story. ChatGPT will edit for you. And then, on time, real time, bam, it's going to editors in Lagos, wherever they are. And the next second, every newspaper now has an online editor. Next second, they edit and everything is up. Next thing you see, in another 5 minutes, they send you a link. When I was working on alignment, I used to use that to do magic for my organ. Because, that's why I'm saying, I may be chief, but inside this online, we stay inside here. So we'll be at the event, I'll package my story, I've sent out to, because I have my news people that I work with. We'll still be at the event, and they are sending me the links, and I'm forwarding the links to you. The man will say that they will be looking at me. No. On time, real time. Okay, so please, everybody, wise up. So as we're going on, please, I want to also let everybody know, digital is not a dumping ground. Don't treat digital the way you used to treat newspapers, where you write your news story and send, you write a lengthy 5 paragraphs, 6 paragraphs story. Nobody has time for that. So think about your children at home. The attention span is very, very little. So when you're doing digital, you must master how digital works. Shorter formats, visual storytelling, infographics works a lot, explainer videos, and then relatable tone. Okay? So think about that as well. It's important that you also master. The man has given me paper, 5 minutes more, sorry. Now, there's something that is happening. I have brought, come and wave to the room. This is Glory. Glory is a waitress. I have a restaurant in Abuja, but I also use her. She's a young person, but I'm even more digitally compliant than her. But she's learning. She's learning. So why I wanted to bring Gloria, we had our staff meeting this morning. We have a staff of about 10 people. I had a meeting and I was asking them in the office, in my restaurant, is like Gariki. I said, how many of you post our flyers, our food, and everything that we do? Out of the 10 people, guess what? Only about 3 of them. So why I'm making this point is, it is our responsibility to ensure that where we work, whether in organizations, ministry agencies, we should try and convert people that work for us, let them become brand believers. Why are people not writing and sharing your stories? Do you know, you think it's only the work of PR people? You know now with technology, most PR departments have shrunk. You think it's only those 3 or 4 people in the PR department that will write all the stories and do all the battle online? No. So we need the cooperation of the staff as well to join. So it's time for management to either use policy or use what? Incentive. So get the people to believe. Sometimes you may need to buy them phones, smartphones. Some of the guys that we spoke to this morning, some of the staff, they said they didn't have smartphone. So that's now my responsibility to look for money somewhere. Buy the smartphone. So that if we push anything on our platform, let them help us to reshare, retweet, and anywhere people are writing about us, let them go there and comment. So that's a takeout for all of us. So as we're moving on as well, now, let me also share why digital is critical. Sorry, I'll soon round up. You guys remember what happened during NSAS? Yeah? NSAS was just people, it started by people complaining about police brutality in Nigeria. But the government did not have listening tools. Policymakers didn't have listening tools. And by the time you knew it, the thing had blown out of proportion. So what does that tell us? What is lesson for as PR professionals? We must have listening tools, digital listening tools. So that it's like earthquake. You know, before earthquake happens, there are people, tremor. There's a way you can sense that earthquake is about to happen. So brands, organizations must have listening tools to get the mood of the people. That was also the problem that the government had when they stopped the fuel subsidy. They didn't have listening tools. If they had listening tools, they would have known that policy would have caused a lot of crisis, and it caused a lot of crisis in the country. So please, I'm about to round off now, please. So, but the paper will be distributed. I've given them the paper. But it's full of opportunity for all of us as PR practitioners. It allows brands and even the country Nigeria to shape global narrative without gatekeeping. Then also, PR is no longer about managing image. Rather, it's about building trust in an age of transparency. Because if we rethink the importance and the positioning strategically, we will not merely survive this age, we will shape it. Thank you very much.